I saw the Orthodox social media world explode this week with discussions about modern Orthodoxy, the end of modern Orthodoxy becoming Reform. And even though I personally do not identify as modern Orthodox, I'm just plain Orthodox, just a few notes about that. First of all, the idea that somehow one group will want to see another Jewish group disappear is against every tenet of Judaism. If someone wants to see a group of Jews, whether it's Reform, Conservative, Modern Orthodox, you have it, whatever it is, wanting to see them disappear is a kind of supersessionism that runs against Judaism. The idea that you'll want to see a group of Jews literally disappear is obscene and against every foundation of Judaism. It's horrible. Number two, newsflash, the Reform movement did not disappear. In fact, I believe it is still larger than the Orthodox Jewish community, and one of the reasons the Reform and Conservative movements keep getting reinvigorated with new members from the right is because there are people who want to kick people out of Orthodoxy. They want to kick people out of the Orthodox community, and if someone doesn't think like them or believe like them, then they'll have them leave, and surprise, surprise, guess where they'll show up? I remember so many times we had guests for Shabbat, and we love having everyone, but the tragedy of some guests is that they come to you and they are no longer welcome in their own communities. And so to have someone over in a more modern environment on the Upper West Side or wherever it is, because they are not welcome in their home in Israel, in Muncie, in Lakewood, wherever it may be, that's a tragedy. It's a tragedy that you would have a community sort of throw people out. And so to say, oh, modern Orthodoxy is going to disappear and we're going to throw all these people out the whole reason people are showing up in other communities is because we don't make space for them and we sort of kick them out of our communities. And it's a terrible idea. The idea that somehow you'll make another group of Jews disappear is just terrible. And it has the supersessionist vibes that you hear when people say, oh, Rav Aaron Kotler is the one who brought Torah to America. Now, there's no question he brought a great deal of Torah. There's no question the Lakewood Yeshiva is the biggest yeshiva in America. But Rav Aaron Kotler is not the one who brought Torah to America. There were countless yeshivas before him. There was Torah Vadas, there was Chaim Berlin, Ner Yisrael, Eitz Chaim, which later became Yeshiva University. There were other yeshivas, and so the idea that somehow there's one group that created Torah here and will forever keep it going is insane. The idea that people say, oh, you're keeping Shabbos because of the Satmarov arriving in America. No, you're keeping Shabbos actually because generations of Jews in America worked towards that end, starting with Spanish and Portuguese Jews who established the Orthodox Union, going on with the Feuerstein family in Massachusetts, making sure that in their factories people were able to keep Shabbos, continuing with Rabbi Bernard Drachman in Park East Synagogue, who made sure there was an alliance to have businesses hire people in a way that they can keep Shabbos. And so generations of work allowed for the developments that came later. And so to wish that those same movements that created the ability of newer generations to keep Shabbos, to learn Torah, to keep kosher, to wish they see destruction now is an extraordinary denial of history and a lack of hakaras hatov. Those are the people who made it possible to have Yiddishkeit in America. There would be no kashrus in America without generations of work, starting with Rav Yaakov Yosef on people like my grandfather, Rabbi Baruch Pupko in Pittsburgh, and others, making sure, with of course the OU, making sure that food is kosher. So to say, I'm going to have my Haimishe Hechsherim now, and nobody ever needed the OU and other organizations is absolutely insane. Nobody has a monopoly on Judaism in America, definitely not when they are standing on the shoulders of people who now they would call modern Orthodox or whatever it may be. Those are the people whose shoulders you are standing on. And so to defame modern Orthodoxy and say, oh, if just people let us have it our way, yeah, what would you do if you were in America in the early 1900s? You would really starve to death to keep Shabbos? Because I don't know. it's not necessarily the case. You would have gone out of your way to create a system that would give employment for people to keep Shabbos. You would have created hashgachas and hechsherim so that 40% of the items in general supermarkets are kosher. You would have done that. You would have created the hechsherim that all the Haimish hashgachas rely on. You would have created the yeshivas that led to the yeshivas today. I don't think so. And so while I personally am not modern Orthodox, the idea of trashing and bashing modern Orthodoxy by people who literally are able to keep Shabbos today because of those who they would have been dumping on is absolutely insane. Modern Orthodoxy is a vibrant part of American Judaism. We're not making others disappear. We're not engaging in supersessionism. There are really great things that every group has done to bring Judaism in America to where it is today. And there's no question that the Hasidic community and the Litvish, Yeshivish, and the Lakewood community have also been part of that mosaic that helped create Yiddishkeit as we know it today in America, and we're thankful to them. I never in my darkest dreams would want Satmar to disappear, would want Lakewood. Adarab, I would love for them to continue, grow, and thrive, as I wish upon every other Jewish community, chas v'chalila, to want one community to disappear or to rejoice and say, oh, they're disappearing, yay, I told you. That's a terrible thing. So have a good Shabbos, and I wish everyone really come to appreciate every group of Jews.